So today's I just gonna go over several updates from most of February, relating to things that Trump has basically done about sexual assault rules, immigration related stuff such as DACA and Venezuelans, and also gonna talk about uh, Gaza situation, Trump, and what a House representative wants to do relating to that, and what the state of Washington wants to do in regards to vote by mail, and what Congress is trying to do relating to OSHA. So the first article I want to talk about really quick is how Trump wants is basically signing executive order forcing schools to ease sexual assault rules. What does that mean? In a general sense, that just means that now a lot of private schools cannot be as harsh when it comes to sexual assault rules, meaning they might not be able to suspend or even kick a student out of school, not allow them to come back, which again is not going to be good for women and transgender people. We already know that women tend to be the ones that deal with a lot of sexual assault. We already know that also transgender women deals with that a lot, and transgender men. So this is a big issue. This is not good. This is literally a situation that, in a way, at least indirect, it causes a negative impact on the rights of women and transgender people. It's a big issue. This is something that is going to really impact a lot of people. But in general, this also impact people from the LGBTQ plus community, not just transgender people. But this is a big issue. So the new Title X, sorry, Title 11 rules will provide more protections for those accused of sexual misconduct and eliminate LGBT protections adopted under Biden. So again, this will provide more protection for someone who's being accused of sexual misconduct or sexual act, while eliminating LGBT protections that Biden expanded. This is why I always gonna repeat this very frequently, that who you vote for matters. If you don't like Biden or Kamala Harris or the Democrats, keep in mind the Republicans are always gonna go after harder against the working class, middle class people, disadvantaged groups, etc. They're not your friend. They don't care about you. They do everything they can to make your life harder. And they will trick you thinking, oh, thank you for going after the people that I'm a against. But at the same time, they also will screw you in your pockets, like going after Medicaid, Medicare benefits, food stamp benefits, etc. So even if you think that he's gonna help you because he's gonna go after the people that you hate for no good reason, he will still hurt you somehow. And this is a great example of why those 88 million people didn't vote in 2024. Now you can really complain. That's another reason. And by the way, happy Women's Natural History Month. It's unfortunate, but it needs to be said that this is Women's Natural History Month. But I am really sorry that these things been happening to women, and it's a big problem. It should be a month that we celebrate women's achievements and how great it is to have women in politics, in government in general, and in our lives. But when I keep seeing this type of orders, it really kind of ruins my mood a lot and eliminates a lot of progress. This article is from February 1st, 2025, from Daily Beast. And that's basically the general sense of what the article is talking about. I'll scroll down. You guys can pause in the meantime if you want to read. Everything I'm going to be reading today, as per usual, I'm going to also put in my description so you guys can click and read it more thoroughly when you have more time and more information here. I just tried to summarize the article a bit. Next article I'm going to talk about is Trump administration ends temporary deportation protests. So that's the TDP, the temporary deportation protection for 350,000 Venezuelans. What does that mean? Basically, there are a lot of Venezuelans that were on this protection. I think it was temporary protection. It was TPS, temporary protection service. I forgot the exact name. But basically, it protected these selected Venezuelans for a period of time. Under Trump, that wouldn't exist. Biden kept it going, and it helped a lot of these people who need it. But now he's ending for them. We know there was some Venezuelans and other Hispanics that unfortunately voted for Trump who are citizens, but they have family members who are under this protection, and people who are undocumented also. So this is not a good thing. It's not gonna really help your community. We already seen what been happening with the ICE raids in multiple states, but tons of businesses, specifically local businesses, are losing tons of money because now it's quiet in the streets. People are just going to work when they can and get out and do nothing else. So this is going to end the protection for people for no good reason. Why? But anyway, you can also pause to read it more in detail. This is not a surprise. Trump has been wanting to do these things for a long time. Some things he's just doing the repeat he did back in 2016 to 2020, his first term. So this is not really a surprise. It sucks. Temporary protected status. That's what I was trying to remember. TPS. Temporary protected status. It sucks. It's gonna expire in April for a lot of people, and then there's nothing they can do. That was half of the population, 600,000 were being protected. Not a good thing, and it's unfortunate. But this is one of Trump's goals to get rid of undocumented immigrants or whatever they can consider not legal migrants. This is part of the goal. This is part of the really massive petition he's trying to do better than what Obama and Biden did. So it's unfortunate. But a lot of these people have family members who were citizens that did vote for Trump and voted for this. So it's unfortunate. There's a lot more information about it. I'm gonna keep scrolling a bit. You guys can pause if you want to read more in detail. A lot of these information also gonna be people talking about the experience, about the TPS, temporary protected status being terminated. It's sad. It really does suck. This is why I keep saying voting matters. If you think it doesn't, don't just vote for the president. Vote also for who's gonna be in Congress. Vote for local and state elections. Who's gonna be the next mayor? Who's gonna be the next governor? Who's gonna be part of the state legislature? That matters. When people are in Congress that have the power, they can also assist the president getting who's going to be the Senate specifically going to be able to help the president get who's going to be part of the U.S. Supreme Court. All that matters. Right now, Trump has unlimited power because the courts gave it to him. And at least six out of the nine members, if not seven, at least six of them like Trump. And they will in general do what Trump wants. Well, next article. This one is the interesting one. Texas representative filing impeachment articles against Trump over Gaza plan. If you guys don't know, Trump is trying to basically turn Gaza into a hotel resort. Very sad. We have what? At least 2 million Palestinians that live in Gaza. That's their land. They're indigenous there. And he's trying to kick them all out from their own home to have a hotel resort. It's very sad. I agree with the impeachment, but this is not going to go anywhere. It didn't go before. They tried to do it twice and it went over because the Republicans never agreed to it. And this is a rep. Al Green was a Democrat, of course. A Republican would never file impeachment articles in general, especially not now. Now, even less like that Republican would do it. So it was a Democrat, Al Green from Texas, who filed this um, impeachment articles. I don't think this will go anywhere. It's a great deal. I don't think it going anywhere. This is also from February article, February 5th, 2025. This article from February 6th, 2025, from Houston Public Media. This one is something I also agree with. Houston Congresswoman to reintroduce a bill seeking citizenship for DACA recipients. This is something that Obama tried, but really Democrats at one point had the House and Senate and didn't do crap about this. They could fix the whole DACA recipient situation and millions of all the documented immigrants, but they decided not to. So she's trying to reintroduce something that for a fact will not be passed. Uh, First introduced the American Dream and Promise Act in 2021. There's Houston Democrat and then refiled the bill in 2023. Of course, it failed to pass both times. Obama tried to see if Congress at that time could pass something. Nothing happened. That's why we had DACA, which is really just an executive order. So this is just a bill they're trying to create a pathway to citizenship for DACA recipients. DACA stands for Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, for those that don't know. Again, you can pause and read more in detail. President Donald Trump said in December 2024 that he believes DACA recipients should be allowed to stay in the country, which is interesting because he tried to get rid of DACA more than once, but somehow in the course didn't allow him to completely get rid of it, but he kept weakening DACA. So I don't really believe what Trump is saying. So he can say whatever he wants, but I don't trust that he wants to help DACA recipients. Otherwise, it wouldn't be weakening the program, and he will allow it to expand, which Biden tried to expand it for parents or U.S. citizens to also have something like DACA. Of course, they allow it. Again, there's something that they don't really want. They will say it indirectly, oh, we want, but directly they will show through action what they really want to do. So how is this really helpful? And the only thing he did really is crack down on immigration, which is especially when after undocumented immigrants. He been trying to get rid of birthright citizenship, which I'll give an update about that. He has several failed attempts on that so far. Doesn't mean it will not happen. And stripping schools and churches of immigration enforcement protection. So again, he's been the exact opposite of what he claims for DACA recipients. Very obviously, we know that DACA recipients that provide billions of dollars in tax revenue to the economy. So getting rid of them is not a good thing. So what would this do? Immigration, conservative Hispanic supporters of Trump have also previously shown interest in legal avenues for residents in the U.S. Why are you supporting Trump then? It's really, really dumb to be supporting Trump. A federal court upheld a district judge's ruling that passed a Biden administration DACA rule is unlawful, but the judge panel allowed the rule to go into effect nationwide except for in Texas. Uh, and the case will go on appeal, but currently DACA recipients can still keep renewing the DACA, but this is just a situation that will probably go away. The ruling restores DACA in 49 states and etc., etc., except for taxes. We already know about this ruling, but it won't affect taxes. So, yeah, I don't see this really happening. Now, Trump administration agrees to restrict Doge access to Treasury Department payment systems. This happened back in February 5th, 2025. This article from NBC News. We already know about this. I just want to talk about it really quick. Trump and Musk been trying really hard to get into the Treasury Department payment system. They want to look into Social Security, American, get money out of it. And the whole goal is to control over 300 million people's lives and be able to put the money back, more money, not necessarily back, but put more money into the pockets of the 1%, the rich and the wealthy, the multimillionaires, the billionaires, also known as the oligarchs. For those that may not know what oligarchs mean or oligarchy, that you may have heard Bernie Sanders and several other politicians saying that term. It just means wealthy people, rich people. An oligarch is Musk. So Elon Musk is an oligarch. Donald Trump is an oligarch. Bill Gates, all those billionaires are oligarchs. Just means wealthy people, to keep it more simple. So the agreement came in response to a lawsuit accusing Treasury of committing an unlawful action by giving private info to Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE. We know this is not an actual real federal government department, so they don't really have the authority. But since SCOTUS or U.S. Supreme Court doesn't really do anything to stop them directly, because they're not stopping it, they're not sending federal police such as FBI to stop them, nothing like that. And I don't see them doing much to stop. So that's basically it for the article. A lot of people already knew this since early February. This is not big news, just quick update on it. More information about it over here. And yeah, we already know that Trump praised Musk's work, even though he was not doing anything good. I'm gonna give another update more about that later, about mistakes they've done with traffic controllers and people who working with overseeing nuclear weapons. The U.S. nuclear weapons. We're discussing more about that. So this just goes more in detail about it. Just a lot of BS from Musk and Trump as per usual. This is a quick thing I want to talk about. This is a bill from the Washington State that the Washington State legislatures want to discuss. Basically, it just means it's a bill called HB 1584 that will end vote by mail for non-absentee voters and restore in-person voting at polling places in voting centers. The problem with this, and this is why it's important to talk about, doesn't matter if you don't live in the state of Washington. It's important to know these things because even if you don't live there, it's going to happen in your state. Voting by mail is not fraud. It makes it easy for you to vote. So this is important to keep notice because this will be a problem if it passes. Next one, I want to talk about these two things. It's going to be about OSHA. Congress back in February 19, 2025. They've been talking, this article is from February 19, 2025. They basically talking about how Congress wants to abolish the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, also known as OSHA. What bill this is referring to? This is from congress.gov. The No OSHA Act, HR 86 No OSHA Act, which was the latest action was introduced basically back in January 3rd, 2025. What does OSHA do? It basically creates regulations to keep workers, especially in when construction workers and other people doing very sensitive work that can impact their health, safe. Make sure you have masks, helmets, like construction helmets, the hard helmets, things like that to keep you safe, and make sure you have safety tools like ropes in the crab place so you don't. So if you're in really high buildings, you're gonna be a okay. Of course, a Republican from Arizona introduced this. They nullified the Occupational Safety and Health Administration Act, or no, no OSHA basically. So no, it's basically no OSHA Act, you can say. It's really bad. Here's more quick hits about it, about this whole situation. There's a little chance of being enacted, but you never know. It's really bad. Of course, Karen Thomas is one of those dudes in U.S. Supreme Court that wants to get rid of it, even though this would not be good for the American people. More information about it, but that's really it. This was definitely the big one that I want to talk about, and how bad this whole situation is. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think about this whole situation, regarding OSHA and immigration with DACA recipients, the sexual assault in public schools rulings had to be lessened, not strict. And I'll reply to as many comments as possible. Same thing in TikTok. Comment there and I'll reply. If you like this video, just like and subscribe. And follow me in TikTok and follow us in TikTok if you're watching this in TikTok. All right, guys, have a good day.